training, doing their hardest work to get to this level.
So Wildlings out of the Greater Toronto area versus the Saskatchewan team. It's a little shimmy.
Is there a lesser Toronto area?
I think we call that Markham.
Oh, and we're off already.
Yeah, good attack off the rush.
Yeah, not connecting, though, from the looks of it. I notice that we've got, I believe, McQuarrie there from the New Brunswick team sweeping balls there for Prairie Storm.
You see Sarah Sellinger hit out. And, yeah, I feel like we see this a lot from some of the newer teams. They're a little afraid of putting on pressure the same way that some of the more experienced teams are. But when you're on defense, it's a good idea to make the other team worry that you're gonna take a shot at them.
Yeah, if you watch the a couple of games ago, the one where it was Strike versus Armada, both teams are great at putting pressure on, just coming back, playing the, oh, look at that catch from Savannah Burton.
Yeah, she tracks it down, hands it off immediately. Good concentration from her. And yeah, and similarly here, you'll see it's usually UN and Burton as well. They are aggressive with putting on the pressure. As we can see, though, there's a bit of risk there. We see UN getting hit out, and it looks like Christabel Wong's going to take over. But meanwhile, McFadden gets it out, as does, I think that's Smith-Wilson. Sorry, Smith-Nelson. Couldn't quite read that from afar. And good casual block and toss. I think that is unlikely to be a catch.
No, that went right into the ground.
Yeah.
Too bad for Wong.
Skischuk.
That ball's
that
up.
One blocks. Oh, I don't think it was going to be hard for her to track down unless she spotted that immediately and started moving.
Yeah, you'd have to really gun it for that, and she was too planted.
Yeah, but when you can find those balls that pop up off of you, they're still live until they hit the ground or the nets or another ball, something like that. So if you can reach it, you can make a play, and that still counts as a catch.
Yeah, Skischuk has been showing a really strong arm. She's got good blocking ability in this game. That was a good opening rush there for Saskatchewan. Not selling me on those fakes there from number 8.
Yeah, Smith-Nelson played well, but hey, look at those. I think those are Wonder Woman socks over on the Captain Rhonda Morse. I like those.
Yeah, those are some solid socks. Also wearing great socks today is Gareth G. Money Williams. I believe he's wearing the $sign socks. At least he was yesterday.
So Curry get tagged out there, right on the feet. Good shot. It's another good shot. Ooh, and a grab as well.
That was a great catch there from number 11, Sandbergen. We saw some great stuff out of her the last match we saw. I believe we saw them play Scotian Sirens, and Prairie Storm took that game.
Yeah, Burton tagged out Rhonda Morse, earning that captainly C with some good on-field play.
Oh, nice hit there.
Yeah, that was a good shot from Luke.
Smith-Nelson's fakes are starting too late, I think. She needs to wind up a little bit more.
It can be tricky to get those fakes looking believable, but definitely something that can be worked on.
Yeah, Skischuk knocked out. Good shot from James there.
Wildlings with just 3 players remaining, but they've got the extra ball right now. They're taking a shot.
Dwyer calling the play and not taking the shot. I've noticed that more and more now. People who are the ones calling the plays know that they're kind of telegraphing that, so they're not the ones who are making the shots necessarily. Oh, and a missed block from James.
Yeah, so Wildlings down to 2.
Yeah, Sandbergen really showing off a strong throw there.
From what I've seen, she's been arguably the strongest player for this team. You see McFadden hit out, and yep, another casualty beside her as Weinberger heads off as well.
Yeah, Dwyer facing off.
Good agility as she avoids those incoming throws.
Yeah, no luck with those.
And while she's vulnerable, we see a good threatening move from Miranda Sandbergen. I like it. She's showing a lot of good awareness of her opportunities and the willingness to look for them, as well as a throw to back up. And
Sandbergen getting a little greedy there, but it pays off. She doesn't get it punished for it. The shots do go wide and high.
You see Luke missing on the far side. That shot, yes, Sandbergen saying, yeah, that slipped a bit.
It happens.
She's got the liquid chalk on her hands. That does help sometimes keep your hands a little more dry, maintain a bit more grip on the ball, without causing all the unnecessary mess from powdered chalk. Good block from Dwyer. We see the charge counters. Sandbergen blocking as well. Cross court onto Look, finds the mark. Great shot.
Leaving just Dwyer now to face off against two members of Prairie Storm.
Yeah, we'll see if Prairie Storm can find their first point.
Oh, look at that block from Dwyer. That was solid, but that last one went past it.
Sandbergen showing really good aggression and good accuracy with those throws to make that aggression work for her.
They're definitely strong throws that she's making, and by strong, I don't just mean the power behind them. I mean the accuracy and just the timing as well.
Yeah, good decision making. I like what she's showing so far. That ties it up 1-1. And we'll see who gets the go-ahead point here. Curry off the rush.
She's getting tagged, and her shot's going in between all the players she was aiming at.
Never feels nice when you see a bunch up of players and you manage to put your throw right between them.
It's true, but they do call it dodgeball for a reason, because the other players are trying to dodge the ball. And missed block from Burton.
Yeah, but on the other side, 2 lost for Prairie Storm. What kind of storm is a Prairie Storm?
Oh, I guess it's one that comes from the prairies.
But like, rain, thunder.
I think it's a thunderstorm, but I think they also just tried to put Prairie in all their names because they've got Prairie Crossfire, and a Prairie Crossfire is not a thing. Prairie Fire is a thing, but Prairie Fire is a team name already taken by Manitoba for the last, I believe, 3 years.
Weinberger hit out, moving over to the side.
Maybe a Prairie Storm is a drink, because I know Prairie Fire is a drink.
Oh, nice counter.
Oh, look at that catch from Wong.
Yeah, Wong with the grab on Skischuk, and yeah, I think on the...
Just barely nicking McFadden there on the arm.
Yeah, so quick retaliation from Wildlings to get that go-ahead point.
For those unfamiliar, Wildlings are all the people who live north of the wall.
Yeah, I think we have about 2.5 minutes in the first half. Ewan with the pitch back to Curry. This time she takes it, and immediately they don't want to deal with Sandbergen again. They show her the respect of hitting her out quickly. That's the mark of respect.
Absolutely. I would say, actually, Wildlings, I would not be surprised if we saw them start to get a little more conservative off the opening rush. That seems to be where they're losing players in these matches.
Rhonda Morris hit out as well. She's been playing pretty solidly, and as well, Sarah Sellinger tagged out, so Wildlings, they may have lost someone off the opening rush, but they've been accurate ever since. Oh, a little too accurate as Curry hangs on to that ball.
Yeah, just barely keeping herself in bounds as well.
She had to turn around to find that ball and just kind of tuck the knee a bit to avoid touching that back line.
Was James the player last year who came up for a bit of guest commentary with us?
Yeah, she was up on the mic a little bit.
She was definitely a crowd favorite last year, I think, because she had neon hair and it stood out on the stream. Just like I think Curry this year wearing the neon tights. Then we got the Wonder Woman socks on. Saskatchewan people doing what they can to stand out, and always a great way for a little bit of self-expression.
And I know she's not in this match, and her hair's not neon this time. Ooh, nice cross court from Abby Risk.
Yeah.
But Marie Wright on Valkyrie usually also has great choices of hair color.
Look at Ewan's pressure. They're not letting her stand up, and she punishes it. What can you do there? Weinberger had to go for it.
And you see good timing and accuracy from Ewan. Like right as Weinberger actually picked up that ball, but before she could get kind of set with it to block, Ewan sends a shot right at her, and I think it tagged her on the Weinberger on the wrist.
That requires so much experience knowing when to actually throw, because players might fake that they're going down for the ball, and if you throw by the moment they've already got it in their hands, they will have time to get that ball into a blocking position.
And by then it's too late.
Yeah, demonstrating so much skill there from Ewan.
Yeah, there's just a window of like a half second.
Indeed, and then a nice scoop to Burton, who tags out Smith Nelson.
Yeah, that time the opening rush going the way the Wildlings drew it up. X's and O's coming out with a player edge for them. Burton threatening.
Sandbergen knocked out again, this time by Wong. Now, a good example of ready positions, how we're talking how there's no standard one. The difference between Ewan's ready position, which is a bit more upright, Dwyer, who tends to bend right at the waist.
You see Ewan actually hang on to that ball after it pops up a little bit off of her.
Big fan of Ewan. Her last name is almost the same as mine, one-letter difference.
One of my favorite things about Janice Ewan is that while she plays, her face seems to stay just blank. I really like that.
Would you liken it to Wood from Fury?
Yeah, it's like Ewan, Wood, Jeff Snow, all players that I know from the Ontario area who tend to keep a fairly blank face.
What is Wood's first name? Is it Chris?
It is Chris. Yep.
Okay, because I actually went to school with a Chris Wood, and I was worried that was my memory just kind of crossing the wires there. But yeah, no, Chris Wood has a fantastic, just stoic dodgeball face. You can't get any read off of him.
Wildlings strong in this sudden death. Just one left for Saskatchewan.
It's a good shot on Wong, but she's defenseless now. And you saw they turning her back, trying to protect herself from the follow-up throws. She's waiting for the ball retriever to load her, but it looks like Wildlings was waiting for that as well.
Yeah. It's one of those heads-up plays. I mean, in a tournament you do it. In rec leagues, it's a little bit unsporting, but if you hit somebody as they're trying to retrieve a ball from someone else, that is a vulnerable time for a lot of players.
That interesting what you're saying there about the manners there, because in Winnipeg, that is not considered manners at all. That is still a very valid option to throw at a player who is getting loaded by the ball retrievers. But after Winnipeg had a rough time at the Halifax Nationals, competitive dodgeball came back here in a major way and really influenced the local recreational divisions. Actually, we play with this rule set with no back walls and with very few house rules aside from things like dogs can't play dodgeball.
Overall, the etiquette can vary by region, of course.
Absolutely. Some regions, no headshots are permitted. In some regions, headshots are totally fine. And the interesting thing about that is that it actually tends to lower the temperature in the room if you permit headshots, because you're trying to get out of the ball anyway, right? And determining what is and isn't a valid headshot can cause arguments.
Yeah, but in the WDBF rules, headshots are legal hits. I think for a lot of players, the etiquette is to say sorry when their throw goes up high, but
that's just common courtesy. You know, you hit somebody in the face with anything, generally like, oh, sorry. You throw your hand up and then look a little bit apologetic, and that's good enough.
The exception might be delicious cake.
Interesting that you mentioned that. My father has an interesting story about a man who could eat a Black Forest cake in a single bite, and my brother and I are going to be recreating that in video format when I return to Winnipeg.
See Ewan getting hit out on the shoulder there. Wildlings, the extra player right now. Dwyer takes the shot, can't hang on.
Selinger connecting there.
Yep.
Selinger's been putting on a good show today too, but she gets knocked out early by Wildlings. Wildlings knowing who to throw at. Shisterchuk is another example of a player who's very strong on the offense. That's worth getting out early.
Curry, as Curry went down for the block, her headband slips down over her eyes, making for an entertaining moment there, but she's fine now. Wildlings to the line.
Taking out Sokolin.
Yep. See a couple members of Northern Touch, Ontario men's team, doing ball retriever duties for the Ontario women's team.
Watched a very intense game between Windchill and Northern Touch that was earlier. I actually was retrieving balls for Windchill, and that game is earlier on the Court 2 stream. I would recommend tuning in if you want to go rewind and check that one out.
Gischuk sending 2 balls to Curry. Curry draws in a third from Brott, but
yeah, she puts the ball up to block, but doesn't actually end up connecting with the ball because the ball went outside of her hitbox.
2 balls toward Brott, but she stays alive with a good lateral move.
Brott is a player that I definitely remember from yesterday's stream who was demonstrating good talent. Look at that hit on Burton. It looked like she was going to be throwing one position to the left, and instead she threw at Burton and connected.
Yeah, good deceptive move there.
Accuracy is so important in this style of play. Oh, look at that dodge. Great dodge there.
James, I think, dodged the balls, but her momentum carried her back a little bit over the back line, so she's over on the sideline now.
Saskatchewan happy and outs and out. Doesn't matter if you hit them out or they step on the line. Look at them trying to maintain that pressure, but now backing up.
Yeah, they're playing it a little more defensive. Curry, blindsides brought.
Shistruk took the counter on Curry. It didn't pay off, but luckily a ball retriever loaded her up, and she gets hit by Curry.
Yeah, I think Shistruk with the right idea. You do want to make sure that the other team doesn't feel like those throws are free. I think ideally that counter could have come a little earlier, but I mean, it's hard to criticize the timing window sometimes when making those choices each moment.
Yeah, earlier on in the game, too, is a great time to play a little bit looser so that players will respect your fakes a little bit more. They know that you might take shots that aren't necessarily purely on strategy. But once you start getting a little deeper into the game, that's when you want to tighten things up a little bit. Good block from Morse there. Burton not able to connect off the rush and then taking the left guard position for her team.
And now coming up, we're going to see the women from Saskatchewan trying to find their second point of the match. James almost tripping over Wong.
Talking about respect, if you look at how early they target Savannah Burton every round, you can see that they're definitely showing her the respect on the court that she deserves.
Yeah, I feel like Morris getting tagged out there as well. But yeah, if you watch any film from this Ontario women's team, or if you just play against them for about 5 minutes, you will decide that Savannah Burton is quite probably your target number one.
Absolutely, very strong player.
Anytime you, good shot onto McFadden from James there.
Double hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hit Suckland as well.
Very often the first target on an opposing team is likely whoever on offense you have the hardest time dealing with.
You see that jump there from Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
Look at that hit from Sandbergen as well. I'm just noticing it now. She's a very tall woman, and that probably lends some strength to her throw. The length of your arms helping a lot in gaining leverage and adding velocity.
Yeah, she's in a good ready stance as well, aware that she might see a counter or an incoming throw, like that one from Curry. Curry's headband maybe a little loose. It keeps seeming to slip down as she throws or drops down quickly.
It's entirely possible that that headband is borrowed from somebody else with perhaps a larger diameter skull. Ooh. And that would make it a little looser.
Abu Risk with a good shot.
Yeah, Abu Risk now taking up the corner position from the looks of it.
I know Abu Risk, Curry with a good shot there on the side, and Abu Risk going low on the shot from Selinger.
Leaving just Selinger now. Look at that, got that Jeet Kune Do back and forth. Which way is she going to go? Oh, and drops right to the ground. That was a great dodge.
Well, all those balls missing her high, so good choice on her part.
She looked like she was trying to go left or right. And instead, she dropped right to the floor. That was a great mental game.
Yeah, she eludes several throws, takes one of her own. And now she's got to deal, though, with throws from both corners. Luke with the shot.
Oh, look at the dive for that catch there. They're looking for it.
Curry missing a little bit high and gets tagged on the hand up by her shoulder.
Fake from Abu Risk. Big one, too.
Now she makes the play call. And we see it come in from Luke on the far side. Selinger missing a little bit low, and Abu Risk with the catch as Selinger gets hit out as well.
Yeah, Wong connecting with her shot there, so regardless, she was out.
I talked with Katrina Abu Risk a little bit yesterday. She felt like she wasn't playing as well as she could, and from what I've seen so far today, she's much more on her game, much more what we're used to seeing in the Toronto tournaments. So,
yeah, it's also entirely possible that she's had a good reset, a good sleep, or maybe just, I don't think she was playing in the first round, and maybe in the first couple rounds, perhaps she was just waiting until the team got a lead and then coming in there. Some people do that when they're feeling a bit off, so they can come in, get back on their game without having to worry about needing the points.
There we see an interesting move again on the Wildlings opening rush. Abu Risk from the corner came up to receive one of the pitchbacks, something that you don't see very often from teams. If you are confident that you are faster than the other team or that you'll be safe from an attack, you can afford to make that pitch back a little bit longer to go out to your corner. Wong hit by a couple of balls there. Lets out a bit of a frustrated noise as she fails to hang on to the ball she had a chance to catch. And now it's James throwing on Morse. And now as Prairie Storm gets a chance to go on offense, let's see if they can take the line back and take out a player. James just getting missed high. Ooh, I don't think Curry saw that ball coming in either.
Taking out the ball retriever, not a player.
Yeah. Selinger, though, she will exit to stage left. Oh, good shot from Curry. That had been slipping down again. And I see a shot from Abu Risk, just missing Weinberger low. Skischuk and Weinberger figuring things out. Ooh, wow, good cross court from Abu Risk.
Selinger getting taken out there.
Yeah, and Skischuk on the side. It's just broad.
Yeah, 1 player against 5 for Saskatchewan.
And that was just some very good, quick, accurate throws from the Wildlings to very quickly take control at this point. Ewan, ooh. I think she read the running jump there, or at least put it in the right spot to hit her anyway.
Yeah, very solid play from Wildlings there, getting good reads, leading their targets properly on the throw. Throwing where somebody is not always the right idea. You want to throw where they will be when your ball reaches them.
Yeah, and sometimes if you're winding up and you just kind of pause a little bit while you're cocking up the throw, you can sometimes see where that player is going to go. Might let you take the shot. Once you know where they're going, you can aim it a little bit better, but here we go. What is quite possibly the last point of this match. Burton maybe hurting the hip a little bit there. Yeah, deferring the corner to Risk.
Yeah, nice ready position. Oh, 2 missed catches there.
Yep, both Wildlings players trying for them. Those throws were on the body, so maybe catchable, but good throws coming in, making it hard to catch. You see that pressure.
Ewan taking the shot, not connecting on Skischuk.
So I'm not sure if Prairie Storm realized that the count was on them. They had more players, and now they have no balls. So once that 10 seconds goes by, if your team hasn't thrown and you are the team who needs to throw, all of the balls go to the other side. And we see, looks like Burton's struggling a bit out there, just holding that left hip.
Maybe she should take a break. You don't want to hurt yourself, right? Yep, she's swapping somebody out.
Yeah, I think she's making it clear she's going to exit. So generally, if you take an injury substitution like that, that player won't be allowed back for, I believe it's the half. It's because we don't obviously want people to take too much liberal advantage of that, but Burton clearly was struggling a bit as she let go of the last throw.
Yeah, she's removed herself from the court entirely from the looks of it. Grabbed her water bottle heading off.
Just trying to walk it off a little bit, maybe loosen up something that's a little tight. And I think Dwyer saying that they're going to redo the sub there. Luke had come in, but instead it's going to be Curry. Just confirming with the ref what that sub's going to look like, making sure it's all above board. And here we come in. It's a throw from Smith-Nelson, missing. Ewan retaliating, and we see
Ewan getting tagged on the knees there.
Yeah, Sandbergen as well, knocked out.
Smith-Nelson, McFadden, and Skischuk for Saskatchewan. Wong getting tagged in the head, though.
Yeah, I don't think she saw that throw coming from Smith-Nelson. Skischuk
didn't see that's
the same.
Yeah, Abu Risk there. Nice cross-court shots from her today.
Oh, Curry. Holding 2 balls, manages to squeeze that third one as she fell.
Yeah, great catches from her. I'm sure we're going to see the double catch from her on the highlight reel.
Yeah, Claire Curry. She's showing some good grips over this tournament so far. Wildlings coming over for the post-game handshake or high five, you know, whatever you do.
And some teams that know each other really well, they'll each give each other a hug. It takes forever.
Yeah, it's true. Get off the court.
Yeah, it's the other team's turn to play now. Speaking of which, who's on deck?
Well, now we have Tidal and Thunder.
Oh.
So the Alberta Thunder having